Okay, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to hop into this interview with Miss Samuel. Before we do that, I have to let you be aware. So if you are interested in having me walk you through step by step for 2023 and walking through how to become a licensed childcare business owner or how to expand your current business if you're in a home and you want to expand in a center, if you're in a center and you want another center, I am super excited to be able for you to have access to this. Now, you guys know that the last time that I did the course was in 2019. This version is the 2023 version, and I'm going to tell you guys it is jam-packed with so much stuff because obviously I learned so much things that were needed when we did the course back in 2019, and it is all jam-packed in this course. So if you want to start or expand your daycare business, then you want to be sure that you click the link down below to learn more about start or expand your daycare business course with me, the 2023 version, and that will be down below. So I'm just so excited for this, you guys, and I'm excited that you will have access to this now. So, all right, without further delay, let's hop into today's video. Okay, friends, now you guys know when I have another success story with a client that I love sharing with you guys. So in this interview, you guys are going to get to hear about my client, Miss Samuel. Miss Samuel is running a in-home childcare business, and she has another location that's just sitting there. And so she came to me to help her with her marketing and her overall automation and just her overall, business mindset. So I'm super excited for you guys to get in on this chat with Miss Samuel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cue the interview. I feel like that what you guys are really going to get from this is a lot, okay? But one of the main things I think that Miss Samuel really got out of our working relationship is the fact just operating from the highest version of herself. And so you guys are going to get to hear a lot about how we did that. And also the marketing strategies that we have done to actually get her automation set up and to give her some freedom in her business, because she has been really, she's been doing things on paper, writing things on paper. She's been leaving a lot of money stuck in her pipeline, so to speak, or money left on the table. And so, yes, I help her kind of get these things set up. So you guys go ahead, and if you are new to my channel, before we actually hop in, my name is Ashley Benz of Ashley Benz Consulting and Childcare Business Executive Tools, where I help you start, automate, or expand your early childhood education business with a specialty in childcare business automation. So that is what I specialize in. And I do all those things over at ashleybenz.com. So go ahead and grab you something to sip on. We just got done with this interview, you guys, and I am telling you, this peppermint tea is about gone, but I'm going to go ahead and take one more sip. All right, so Miss Samuel, first of all, I would just want to say thank you for being here, and just super excited for everybody to really get to learn about your process and your experience working with me. So for starters, let's kind of share with everybody, what were you trying to accomplish before working with me, and how were you going about trying to make that happen? So what was going on in your business? What were you trying to do? What was going on?
Well, thank you. First of all, thank you for having me. And it's been such a great pleasure working with you. So what I was really trying to accomplish when I started working with you is that I started my business basically just off of information I found on the internet and whatever I could pull together by calling my local CC&R, R&R, and just the local licensing office, whatever information that they would provide to me. So when I sought you out, my goal was to get that person that can really give me that step-by-step guidance on, if I'm doing things correctly, someone to bounce ideas off of, because I wanted to expand and I don't feel like I have like a great foundation. I, because I didn't have that full guidance. I don't feel like I have that full guidance with someone had experience that, know what to do and know which direction, what to do next. If something is not working, like other options to try. So I really was looking for someone to, like coach and guide and really just have someone to say like, okay, this is not working. Okay, let's switch gears, let's do this. I'm looking to expand over the next couple of months to a year or two. And so when I found one of your videos, in your video, you said you can't expand bad habits. So if I already have bad habits, all I'm going to be doing is expanding that. So I really knew that I needed someone to really just guide me in the whole process. So yeah, when I started working with you, I felt like, you were going to be able to help me to accomplish that dream business that I have in mind.
Okay. So you were trying to expand, and so just kind of share a little bit about, like, you said you were kind of trying to piece things together and things like that. One of the things that I was jotting down here was that you had mentioned that you kind of like, one of those ways, I guess, was like working with the CCR and things like that. Can you kind of share a little bit about that? Because a lot of times, a lot of people think that, their CCR in office or licensing is going to actually them or hold their hand through the process. And can you kind of share what that really is like?
So in the initial stages, I didn't have a license, have much information. So when I initially reached out to them, they basically, I guess whoever answered the phone, they basically gave me like generalized, told me like, this is what you'd have to do. You'd have to take the orientation. You would need to acquire the booklet, but that was about it. The booklet is extensive and it can be quite overwhelming if you're not sure what to do or what steps, if you're doing things correctly, no one to ask, in this section, I have a question, am I filling this out correctly? There's like no one to guide you and tell you. So you're basically just doing it, sending it in, and if they reject it, you just have to make whatever adjustments for those rejections. Mm-hmm. So it's basically like a trial and error, so to speak, and you have to keep calling. If you're not quite sure what kind of information you're trying to get, you generally tend to not get the information you're looking for. So if you're not really specific on what you're looking for, then 9 times out of 10, you don't get that information that you don't get the information that you really need, or the guidance that you really need. There have been instances where I come in contact with one really good rep and they're like oversharing and this is what you do next. I did have that experience because in the initial stages, when I submitted my application, when I was trying to submit my application to licensing, it was very, very tough for me to even get a hold of anyone, even the person that listed on my booklet. Sent countless amount of emails, calling the office, no response. She actually helped me by reaching out to the other borough's licensing office that she knew, who in turn had to reach out to my borough licensing office in order to get someone to actually look at my application. So there is some instances where you would find a little extra help, but they're more of like a generalized help, I would say. And unless you have some kind of base knowledge on what you're really looking for, then I would say don't expect to get that, that fine-tuned answer that you're looking for.
Appreciate you sharing that. And actually, I had someone actually here recently that was just like, oh, well, I can get all that for free. with my CCR and things like that. So thank you for sharing that. And because at least it's not coming just from me, but what I always know is that, the CCR in our office, the licensing, they're not going to help you with like what Miss Samuel is saying here with those fine-tuned things, and neither are they going to help you with the business side of things. Okay. So thank you for solidifying that with everybody.
Yeah, no help with the business side. So if you're looking for help with just like budgeting, um, creating that first budget to know how much you're going to spend on things, materials, how much you need to have to pay staff, paying yourself. So none of that. So don't look for any of that financial stuff. Now, if this is where your knowledge would play a part, because they do offer some basic classes. And if you're not sure or you don't know about those things, 9 times out of 10, you call, you ask the question like, oh, we don't have anyone to help you with this, but not everyone knows what is being offered, because I guess they're in different departments. So them having a class, maybe you speak to a rep and the rep don't even know that they have a basic, class that starts out with, and they don't know how to direct you there. So this is where having a little base knowledge when you're asking your questions would be great, because, if someone's calling that knows, okay, you guys are supposed to be offering some kind of courses or classes in these areas, then you would know specifically to ask for that. And then the person would be like, okay, I don't know about this. Let's get you on to somebody else that knows about it.
Okay. So once we started working together, how did things look different for you in your business? Okay, you guys, now if you are loving this video, you know what I'm going to ask you to do. Go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and go ahead and hit the little bell so that you're notified of when I post up videos like this. And again, I hope you guys are enjoying this interview, this conversation that I'm having with Miss Samuel. So let's do these things, okay? Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Hit the like button, hit the bell. Let's do all the YouTube things, and let's hop right back into this interview with Miss Samuel.
Things took a big turn, a huge turn, not only in my business, it took a turn in my personal life as well, because a lot of the stuff that I was doing was basically, consuming my personal time, taking that time away from my family, my husband, and my kids. And so when we started working together, I started to feel a lot more freer. Like today, the systems that we had set up in place, that I worked with you to set up in place, I was at the salon getting my hair done, and my business was working in the background, and I had a client reach out to me for information, and my automated system just easily took care of that, and then provided them with the booking link. So if they wanted to book a tour, they could go ahead and do that. And I was just, constantly I am checking on the progress, but I am getting my hair done. And, I'm not having to like be at my computer, make sure I'm taking the client through every step. No, they're basically going through the step. I'm keeping an eye on it. I check in on it every now and again, but I was able to feel at ease and just kind of relax, knowing that I have something set up that I know that they're going to go through, and I don't have to worry about, oh my goodness, I should have replied to this client like 2 hours ago, but I'm in the salon. I don't have my laptop with me. And so like stress level have come down, I would say a lot as well. And I'm finding that we are now starting to attract the right clientele. And so that was one of the things when I came to you, it was like a severe mismatch in my website. And so it was attracting the wrong clients. So when they came, it was like the program, they were like, oh, wow, really, we didn't get this from the website. And then I'm like, okay, I don't think it's going to be a good fit because you're looking for something totally different. You're looking for more like a daycare setting, like the 10 hours, and we're more like a preschool, a Montessori-based preschool. And this is what we offer, more of like a preschool type, 2 day, 3 day, 5 days, half day. And then we have that full extended day, but not that 10-hour sort of program. And we're more academic based. So we're starting now with the changeover. So the whole rebranding and the changeover website, we're starting to get some of those clientele. Also, the Facebook page and Instagram, the online presence has exploded as well. And we're starting to get new followers. We're starting to get new people coming to visit our Instagram page. Whereas before, it was very sort of quiet. New people checking us out every day, and seeing what we have to offer. I guess like the changing hashtags with that whole marketing plan, and that posting calendar that you gave. I believe you have that in one of your YouTube channels as well. So guys, go grab that. That content plan and calendar is gold. You want to have that in your toolkit. So go get that. Go check out her video. It should be posted somewhere over here. So go get you that. Go get you that. Because that changed everything. So, and now the page, the presence, the ambiance of our online presence has just really took a turn for the greater good. And now I'm feeling much more confident, much more prepared when people are viewing and seeing our website. Before, I was a little bit shy about the website. It was a lot going on. I wasn't quite connecting with it. So I wouldn't promote it as much. I would mostly promote my Facebook and my Instagram, where I'm posting the pictures and stuff. And now I'm showcasing the entire program on the website, on our Facebook, on our Instagram, and you could just tell the difference from when Ashley came into my life. Okay, I'm telling you, you see the news feed, and I don't even have to tell you, you will know when she started changing things, because things are starting to look a lot better. So I'm much more happy. I'm much more pleased, and now I feel confident because I'm able to bounce ideas off of her. I'm able to, just like see what works, what's not working. And then I have that guidance. I have that person that's kind of like holding my hand and telling me, okay, you gotta change this. And okay. And she's very, very frank. So she'll let you know. So with my website, it was like, okay, this is not working, it's not trying to be mean, it's trying to help you. So things just changed, Ashley, for me, for the better. So I'm really liking the direction right now, and I can't wait to see where you take me in the future.
Well, I know one of the things, just to kind of give everybody a little bit of context and background, but Miss Samuel, so you actually have home location currently. You have another location that is just sitting there. And your goal when you came to me was you want to expand, and you want to be able to open up your second location and get it completely filled out. So the thing that we've been working on is the marketing piece. And I remember one of the conversations that we had when we first started working together was that you said that you was right, like when phone calls came in, you was writing it out on a piece of paper. And I remember you telling me, you was like, I have a lady that just called me like 2 or 3 days ago, and I still haven't got back with her. But now that is not a problem. Somebody called, somebody, yes.
Thing of the past. So now when they call, or when they go on the website, or when they click on the Facebook ads, the link is there. And once they fill out that form, information is just at their fingertips, basically. No one's waiting for me to hit the send button on an email, or waiting for me to hit the reply button on a message, or just waiting to get more information, that's a thing of the past. It's so funny because that used to be a few weeks ago, not too long ago, because me and
Yeah.
Ashley been working together for 6 weeks. And so that used to be, I used to get a call, and used to have to write down the information on a piece of paper. And, you know, parents or prospective families would wait for like 5, 6 hours until I was free or got back to my office in order to get them that information. So now that's not what we're doing now. We're more professional now, and we're using a CRM system, and we are just pumping information out. And that way it's making it much more easier to kind of weed through the clients that are talking to us or inquiring. That way we're able to know right away. Well, they know right away if our program is fitting for them, if they want to continue to the next step, because we do have an enrollment process. And so once they they gather all the information from the website, and now our website is much more detailed. Walter has been amazing.
Yes.
And the website is much more detailed. So they get a bunch of information there. They could see a bunch of information on our Facebook and Instagram. My marketing team for Facebook and Instagram they're amazing as well. And they've just been doing a beautiful job with all the changes that me and Ashley started to implement. And so those two things are just working. I only meet with my marketing team once a week, and we just basically go over how things are going. And last week when we met, she was really excited because she was like, oh my goodness, did you see that post that just blew up? And she was like, oh, that's the most likes you've got so far. Wow. I was like, that's amazing. I said, you should pat yourself on the back, because you are following instructions and doing what's laid out, and you adding your own spice to it. And it's just amazing. So we start seeing new people like checking us out, new people liking our content. So that's really good. That's really good. So then by the time they get to the tour, they should really know if they want to come or not, if they want to place their child here or not, because they would have gotten all the information on classes, materials, the extracurricular activities that we offer, the curriculum, our goals, our philosophy. They should already know. They have all that information. So basically, when they're walking through the door for the tour, they're basically just looking to see how the environment is, how the ambience is, what's the character of the teachers or, of myself, the owner here, and if our values align with one another. And then the only other thing is to talk about when they want to join. So that has really taken a lot off of my plate.
And then one more last thing, then we'll move to the next question. But didn't you send me a message, or did I see? No, you sent me a message. Was it like on a Saturday, and you were just like, you could see things working in the background? I think you had something going on that day. And she sent me.
I was at a trunk or treat promoting the school, and while I was at the trunk or treat, that was the first time I got to actually see the system in full works. While I was at the trunk or treat, I got a notification that a parent had already went ahead. They got all the information they needed. They went ahead and booked their tour, and that they were coming at XYZ time. And that's the beauty about it. I could set my availability and just forget it. Like, this is when I'm available for tours. You pick the time and date that works for you. Those are the times. So there's no going back and forth either with the parents either. So, no one, I'm not having to be there or take that time out, set aside that time. Like, oh, I have to set an appointment for this family. So none of that. So I was at the trunk or treat with my kids. We were promoting the school, and that was just happening on the back end, and then I'm not open Saturday and Sunday. I try to reserve that time for my kids, but it's sort of like we're open because they're able to self-service themselves.
Yes. And I love that. Share, how does that feel? Because I think Miss Samuel, that think that a lot of people hear the tactical parts of automation, but there's a feel like there is an actual emotion and a feeling that comes when you get this notification from your phone. And so just kind of share, like, how could you put that into words in regards of, if you could just maybe even pop out 2 or 3 words of what that feels like, what would those words be?
I was elated. Is that right?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
was elated. Listen, when that notification came in, I felt like I have just given away all the candy on my table, okay? Because I was like, okay, mic drop. I'm done. I don't even need to be out here to do, to be promoting the school. The school is basically promoting itself now, now that we have everything in place, it's just basically promoting itself. It's running in the background. I mean, I had on the table as well, I had created some little cards with a QR code. So they were able to just, right there when parents walked up, because they were asking questions like, oh, what is this? And I explained to them it's preschool. And then it's like, oh, I'm interested. And I just said, like, okay, so you could go ahead and scan the QR code and, go to our website, you fill out the form, like everything is right there at your fingertips. I'm not having to do anything. And the other amazing thing is that I work with Walter also to move all of our forms online. So our enrollment process, the forms, everything is online. So it's much more seamless. They could start the application, they could pause it and come back to it later should something come up. They're not having to run me back printed forms filled out and signed. They're just doing everything online. I think it makes us look more professional. It makes us be more efficient. And the filing system is already there for licensing. Like, it's already filed. I just need to go in our system and just basically pull up that parent's file and just share it with licensing. So it's making paperwork a lot less for me, because now we're able to make things like mandatory. If we need a question to be answered, you wouldn't be able to proceed without answering the question. So that takes out time for me running back to you like, hey, you didn't fill this out, you didn't answer this part, and we really need you to answer this part. So that's eliminating that for me as well. So it is amazing.
Just so you guys know, Walter is my website guy. So you guys might have heard of me talk about him on the channel. But yeah, so when she says Walter, she's talking about my website guy. Okay, so yes.
If you don't know Walter and you're looking to look professional online, get your Walter's number, girl or boy.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Okay, so what would you say to someone who is on the fence and trying to make a decision on whether or not to work with me? They've been looking at my YouTube and, we're just kind of on the fence. What would you tell them?
All right, so can I share my experience? Because, experience, I feel, trumps everything. So I was one of those people on the fence, okay? So don't feel alone. I'm right there with you. I was right there with you. But I would say, if you're really serious, if you really want to make a U-turn in your business, if you really want to be successful, if you really want that 22-hour or less work-life balance, if you really want to look professional, if you really want to have growth in the next coming months or a year or two, I would say jump in. Don't even look back. Just jump in the deep end, right? This is sort of like when you swimming, you learning. You're not gonna put your toes in. You're gonna jump in and see what happens, or your parents gonna throw you in and see what happens. So be the parent of your own self and just throw yourself in and get immersed. Because trust me, I tell you, this has been the most effective training, coaching, guidance that I have ever got. I've accomplished more in these 6 weeks with Ashley than I've ever accomplished from starting my business till now. And we are in our second year. So honey, if you are not with Ashley, I'm telling you, don't even walk, don't run. I don't know what else you do after, but hurry up and sign up and get with her, because I'm telling you, results, they are not instantaneous, but when you start setting things in place, you will start to see things fall in place the way you want it to. You know, she's helping you to realize your vision, your goals, and just what you really want to accomplish in life. Okay. So, and she is helping me in my personal life by helping me in my business. So this is a win-win. You can't lose here. This is win-win. You know, this is not spending money or just something that you're doing one time. This is an investment. You know, this is an investment in yourself. So if you love yourself, if you truly want to see yourself be successful, okay, you just jump on in and invest in yourself.
And I just want to say thank you for sharing that, because I think a lot of times it is a scary thing to have to make an investment and things like that. Also, Miss Samuel, one thing that we have talked about is that you have been a part of other coaching experience and things like that. Could you explain, like, what would you say is the difference between Ashley Benz Consulting and maybe some other experiences that you've had?
Well, the first thing, the biggest thing for me is just like the person-to-person connection. You really take the time out, and you could really tell from the start that you were really invested in just helping me to realize my goals, realize my dreams or what I'm pursuing. You were really invested, and I didn't feel rushed or being made to feel like I have to do it this way in order to get the results. You were like, okay, that is the results we're going for. Yes, we can do these things. However, things are pretty flexible. There are other things that we can explore. So it's not just like a one size and, you know, this is what we're going to do and that's it. And I basically felt like you ran at my pace, because sometimes I was running away. I was running with Ashley. She was supposed to be running with, I was supposed to be running with her, but she was running with me, you know, because once she ignited the flame in me, I just kind of took off and I started burning. So it's been pretty amazing. I just like how the genuineness is just felt from the get-go, and she's pretty consistent with the way how she does things, and pretty consistent with her guidance. And I just love that I'm spiritual, she's spiritual as well, and she was able to guide me spiritually. And I really truly love the whole experience. You know, we've kind of sort of become friends.
Yes, we have.
Because I truly admire her, and I'm grateful that, you know, she's passionate about doing this and about helping other business owners like myself accomplish what we so desire to.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you, Miss Samuel. I mean, I also admire you. I think that we had conversations that I feel was inspiring to me as well. Like, so I know that, you know, my clients come to me and, you know, my job is to uplift, encourage, and push them to succeed. But also, you know, there was conversations that you also instilled in me and encouraging me as well on some things we talked about, and just saying, hey, Ashley, I think you should do that. I think you need to try, you know, that thing. So I definitely know that we have definitely made a friendship connection, and I'm so grateful and thankful, y'all. And let me just say this too. This lady can work, okay? Y'all. She came in this program for 6 weeks blew it out of the water. I mean, literally everything that I said to do, that I suggested, that I gave next steps, she would get it done and hop back on the next call during office hours. And so even last thing I want to say, because I remember you saying this on one of our calls, is that, you can come into a program like this, two different people coming into the same program and have two different results because of the execution. And I'm so thankful that you said that, because that is so true. I've seen people come in and work with me and they did not apply, and so they didn't get the results. And so what I appreciate with you, Miss Samuel, is that you did the work. And that is why you're able to sit here today and give this beautiful testimony that I so appreciate. So any last minute thing you want to say or share, anything?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, I feel like I said everything.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right. Well, again, thank you for being here, you guys. Miss Samuel, I'm so proud of you. And I appreciate it. We're going to stop it right there. We're going to stop the interview right there before we give them too much information.
All right.
Okay. Okay, you guys. So again, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this interview with Miss Samuel. I hope that you enjoyed our conversation. And I really hope that you got like the nuggets out of it. And because one of the things I'm glad that she mentioned was the fact that, a lot of times we think, and a lot of people think that you can go to these CCR and R offices, that you can go to licensing and those kind of things, and that they're going to help you with the business side of your childcare business. But I'm glad that you were able to see Miss Samuel, is really just saying that doesn't work. And I tell people that, and I don't think that they get it. So I'm glad that she mentioned that. But anyway, I hope that you got nuggets out of this. If you are interested in getting my help, be sure that you click the link below. There should be some information down below in regards to how you can get my help, how we can work together, and the different options that I have. Check out the marketing playlist. I feel like that's going to be a really good one if you are liking this stuff that we talked about. Check out the marketing playlist over on the channel, and any other things that I feel like is going to be great for you to watch. You can actually pop those here. So also, I would love to know, what is it that you're trying to accomplish if you're trying to expand? If it's the marketing piece, what about your mindset? So I don't know, just plop in the comments, just anything that you want, any questions that you have, you can pop those down as well. And I'll meet you down there and we can continue the conversation if you do have any additional questions. So thank you so much, you guys. I so appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoyed this video. And again, reach out to me if I can be of assistance to you as well. All right, I will see you in the next one.